Check out the next video. It's an interview between Ipeni Limnyama and Pastor Joshua MaPoNGa. They are discussing Genesis 1:26. Panel asks the pastor, is it plural or is it singular? Now, please, let's remember, Pastor MaPoNGa is a graduate of theology from Solusi University, the well-respected Solusi University. So when someone asks him this, you'd expect him to answer based on his experience, teaching, expounding and breaking down Hebrew scriptures to their roots. But in this case, he chose to use word salads. He went for his own opinion. Now, for me, this has left me feeling a bit confused. I grew up Adventist. We used to throng to pulpits where the likes of MaPoNGa would be preaching, the likes of Abo Pastor Maposa, where they would dizzy us with interpretations of Hebraic scripture. And I must say, I'm at a stage where, or an age, or a place where I'm asking myself, has there ever been any scholarship to it, judging by how he has chosen to answer this question? Check it out. I've also added a video by Bible scholar Dan McCullen on the same subject, clarifying this. And I must say, every time I go through Dan's podcast, I am reminded that we actually do not have enough background information to come to any form of correct interpretation as far as the Bible is concerned. Now, please do like, follow, share for more, and please add your comments. Let's get a conversation going. Has there ever been any scholarship to what we flock to every Saturday and Sunday to listen to our pastors? Check out the next video.
Is that what the scripture says? In our image?
Yes, let's make him.
Or in my image?
Let's make man in our image. He makes it plural.
All right, let's see it.
Who is the plural? Is God not a singular?
No, he's talking to his wife.
So the scholarly consensus regarding this cohortative, this first-person plural imperative in Genesis 1:26 is that this is a reference to the divine council, the deliberative, authoritative assembly of the gods. And this is also why we have in Genesis 3:22, God saying the human has become like one of us. This is where the B'nai Elohim, the children of God of Genesis 6, would have come from. This is also why we get another cohortative in Genesis 11 with the Tower of Babel, where the deity says, let us go down.
In context of theology, without necessarily getting myself entangled in dogmatics, in the context of theology, God said, let us make man. So translation number one, which is the most popular one, God is talking to the other two to make it the Trinity. But the Bible does not mention the Trinity in that space. In my own context, let us make man in our own image. He is talking to the entire creation that is there. And then God enters his wife, who is the land.
Two problems here. The first is that while Elohim is grammatically plural, that does not necessarily mean it is always semantically plural. This word can be used to refer to plural deities or to a single deity. And you just have to look at the verbs and the pronouns associated with the noun to tell. It is a concretized abstract plural. And if you'd like to know more about that, I would highly recommend Joel Burnett's book, A Reassessment of Biblical Elohim. So when we look at Genesis 1:26, we see the Hebrew Vayomer Elohim, which means, and God said. The verb is in the singular, so the subject is singular. If this were the gods said, it would be Vayomru Elohim, but it's not. Now, the deity then goes on to say, let us make, which is a cohortative, a first-person plural command that does not require that the subject be plural. I can say to my children, let's go, let's make, something like that. That does not require I be multiple people.